All right, so it's looking like many of you can't figure out that I'm sending an email from the ESPN system for the update. So I'm going to try to do a video on this and see how this goes. Please feel free to forward your complaints to me, and they will be treated accordingly. But for the record, for the first few weeks, there are emails from um, ESPN with the updates. So since you Luddites can't figure out how to use those emails or get into them, I'm going to try to do this with uh, while sort of putting this together. You all get just one take because I have a life like the rest of you. So let's take a look at what we see, and I will go through this game by game. Oh, this is a good one. We'll start with the Carolina Good Old Boys. This is the Baltimore Valyrians, who continue to get hosed. Wildly unfair, losing once again by less than 5 points and going to a brutal 0-4. I believe that might be the only 0-4 team in the league. I am correct. Val, you are getting the short end of the stick. Mark Andrews gave you 25. The rest, eh. What happened with boys who are, I think, yes, boys are the only 4-0 team in the league. So, congratulations, Lance, as the clear favorite for the league. What did you have go right? Um, I guess you had Kyron Williams, Los Angeles Rams, and then a bunch of mids. -2 from the Colts. That did not do you any favors, Val, as your defense. And 0 for Matt Gay as a kicker. That didn't know much for you. We're smart enough to sit the Commanders at defense to put up an impressive -1. So anyway, that's the first game. Let's see. What's next here? Ooh, another brutal one. Brodigan. Tommy beating out Scott. 97.22 to 96.3. So less than a point. Oh, look at that. 0.7 points from McKinnon, 1.9 from Kinnell, 2.6 from Amari Cooper. I mean, so much could have went wrong. Geno Smith, I hated on that guy last year. It looks like I had a good reason. Even with Seattle putting down that butt whipping on the Giants, only put up 9.2 points. Had that in the background. Wasn't watching it much. Do like the Peyton slash Eli show. I don't know what everybody else thinks about that for Monday nights. On the other hand of the ledger, our winner, Brodigan, who is one of the 1, 2, 3, 4 3-1 team, he had Josh Jacobs, Vegas, 28 points basically, 27.9, and then just not a lot of bad performers on there. I guess he should have played Brock Purdy versus Mahomes, but I can't fault him on that. Normally, that's not the right move. What's next? Ooh, look at this. Show me the money. Putting up 166 points. Ay-ya. All right, so that was the high of the week. Beating the other quacker, Ken Queensbury, put up 135, which, if I'm looking at this right, would have beat every other team besides Show Me the Money and Team Red Hots this week. So that's another one of our 3-1s, but Show Me the Money doing it with style. 1, 2, 3 20-point scores, 35 points from Nico Collins, and everybody else across the board putting up respectable numbers. Low score was Stevenson from the Patriots, only posting 6. And yeah, it looks like Shannon had all of our top scores, and even the running back. Nobody better on the bench. Penny put up a goose egg. That looks like your only running back on the bench. As for Ken, 26 points from Cowboys D was late. So the defense looks like we're seeing a lot more points from defense this year. Not sure what's going on, but just something I've been noticing. All right, who's next? I guess I mentioned there's some Team Red Hots. Bunch of 2-2s now. Team Red Hots over nice TDs. Clever, Zach. 36 and a half from Josh Allen. Again, she had 150 and a half point. Negative 6 points from your Steelers. You got the 630 ass whooping from Houston of all teams. Holy smokes, almost as bad as my Commanders. 48.7 from McCaffrey. So wait a second. So between McCaffrey, the number one scoring fantasy player so far through 4 weeks, and Allen, that was 85 points just with those two. Shit. All right, that's formidable. 2-2, I think you're hosed too on that. But Val at 0-4 is a crime against humanity. She shouldn't be treated that way. Her record does not show how her team's doing. The new Indy quarterback looked good for nice TDs, 29.6. Actually, pretty clean across the board. Another crappy defense with the Packers putting up the goose egg, but you'd have a lot more wood to cut than that to make up the 116 to 150 differential. All right. Biggest ass whooping. You can thank me for that. I was the receiving end of that, dropping me to 2-2. Dom put up an impressive 131 with Big Bang. Lamar, 28-3 beatdown from Cleveland. That was supposed to be a closer game. Man, Ravens came through in style. What else? 29, another big defense. Seattle D versus the New York Giants. I misspoke before, didn't I? About some sort of defense team. But anyway, that was the best defensive effort of the week. Henry finally came through with 24 points for me, but not enough. Deebo Samuel, 0.6. Aaron Jones, 2.4. Rashawn Johnson, 2.5. And Evan McPherson with 3 points. That's not going to – I got no one on my bench. This could be a long freaking season. Don is another part of the 3-1 club. Care Bears, unfortunately, put up the low score for the week, 71-46. A.J. Dillon, 1.1. Olivey, 1.4. Ooh, Dolphins D, -6. Ay. Cousins, less than 10. DJ Moore, the only bright spot with 27, but her next top scoring player had 12. That's not going to do it, even for kind of a weaker performance for my Balzac. No longer Ertz. Used to Ertz. I guess you don't have him. 31 from Nakua. 21.84 from Stroud. 18, basically 17.9 from Swift. Pretty good across the board. Tortuga. No longer a 0-win team. It would have been you and Val, but you squeaked it out somewhat. 11 plus points, so that's respectable. Jalen Hurts coming through with 24. A.J. Brown with 38. And you had a lot of dead wood on this team, though. Gus Edwards, 6.9. Robert Woods, 5.6. Darren Waller, 5.1. 49ers D at 1. Justin Jefferson, 26.5 from Tropical Depression. Rich Alvin Kamara, 21.4. Ravens D with a respectable 17, but then just a ton of low performers. Burrow, 4.7. Gibbs, 9.1. Musgrave, 1.1. Lockett, 9.9. So looks like a long season for Tropical Depression. Also, one last thing, just to sort of go through. So just to say how people are getting screwed. Val, like I said, she is ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in total points so far with her 0-4 record. So I'm not imagining that she is getting hosed, being only 0-4 team and basically at the midpoint in ranking. And then Team Quackball, Ken is leading in points with 555 for the season so far. So actually, he's getting hosed the worst at a 2-2 record. Anyway, hope this works better for you bunch of Luddites. I'll try to do better next week, and good luck. Kamish.